course, the Klingons say,
Cross the hawk.
I got something in your throat?
yeah, I do. Well, it's this title belt.
Oh.
Sting.
Welcome to Wasted Opinions. I am LewisLightning. Today we're going to be talking about our favorite aliens in video games. So I brought two aliens with me. Over on my right here,
MussKeg.
and on my left.
Country boy.
So yeah, like I said, we're going to be talking about our favorite aliens. I think we're going to go with 5, or is it 3?
We got 5.
We'll try 5. We'll try 5.
Squeeze
guys-
5 out.
One of them you might say, well, I don't know what the race that is. That's just an alien, but
Whatever.
We'll go over a little bit of the rules, but
It's surprising how little aliens there are in video games. I thought
it
there'd be a lot
sounds easy
more.
till you go and look
some
at
of you
it.
may be surprised that we're doing 5 this time, but we just like
I know, just going away from the norm,
we
right?
just like to do things different.
Before, I'll go into the rules a little bit. Before that, we'll just do a shot here.
It's almost like we didn't say it beforehand, like a month ago.
Yeah, but we shouldn't have.
So this is whipped chocolate.
Ooh.
Whipped, just like I whipped you
What's
guys
the
all
liquor
through.
part of it, or is it
It's
both?
probably going to be like a...
Chocolate liqueur.
I think
and
it's the clear
vodka?
side.
It is whipped cream and chocolate liqueur.
Also, just liqueur.
So one's whipped cream.
I'm assuming
I don't see no whipped cream in there.
Well, that's
That could
the
be the
flavor.
liqueur.
I know, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah,
Well,
flavoring.
then Nostrovia.
Yeah.
Best one yet. I knew it was going to be 2.
Mmm. Creamy all the way down.
So,
Just like Bubbles.
the one rule that we kind of have is that these aliens we're talking about have to have originated in video games. So it can't be like the Predator. Like if you wanted to say, oh, in Star Wars: The Old Republic, they brought in this alien species and it's never been into a game or Star Wars movie or anything else, sure.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us have that, but as long as it was from video games first.
Yeah, I'm not up on my Star Wars lore.
So.
Yeah. Did you know the Kraken was first in the video game?
What?
No, I'm just.
And there's, I don't know, there's going to be some gray areas here, some technicalities that these boys like to use. But we'll start with MussKeg.
We'll see.
He can start it off.
Well, why don't we introduce ourselves first?
Oh!
What?
We didn't introduce ourselves.
I'm MussKeg.
Yeah.
We
We didn't do that.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
we
we
did.
did. Yeah, we did. That's why
How
you
did
went.
you
That's
get
why you went like
confused?
this. That's why you went like that. And I went like this. Fuck. We didn't get me
I'm
going.
sorry.
Do we want to just restart?
We didn't get me going.
No,
That's-
this is good.
Oh, wait. Yeah,
I don't know how
now I
you
look
guys
like an
get-
idiot too. Fuck.
That's why they're wearing
One
shirts.
man word! I knew all along.
And this is why we didn't win the belt.
From that damn moonshine, I'm
Goldfish.
blind in my left eye.
Goldfish-like memories here.
Hey, wait. We didn't introduce ourselves. We're gonna do that. Okay, go ahead, MussKeg.
Okay, my first alien race that I want to bring up is the Krogan from Mass Effect. My favorite race from that.
I was going to say, we also have a rule of
Oh yeah,
one race per person per franchise.
for franchise
So, yeah.
person. So I can't go Mass Effect again. If Lou wants to do Mass Effect, he can only do.
And I was going to pick Krogan because to me they're one of the more unique ones.
They're just such a fun race. The Krogan are almost always on my thing.
Yeah.
They also have a bit of a tragic backstory to them with the genocide in their race and basically the entire other race, the Council, deciding they shouldn't be able to procreate. The Solarians make basically a virus that doesn't allow them to procreate. It's a really cool story.
They brought the Krogan in. Krogan are like fucking walking tanks.
Yeah.
They brought the Krogan in to fight this other alien species, but then when the Krogan became too populous, they're like, oh shit, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
They had the Turians. The Turians could like stalemate them, but Krogans were populating too fast.
Yeah.
Then they brought in the genophage. And
With the Solarian, you mean the Solarians? Or Solarians were the ones that
yeah,
created-
Solarians created the genophage. But they have like multiple organs.
Have you
They're
seen
super
what a
strong.
Krogan looks like, John?
Yeah, I know. They look big. They're big.
Big,
burly,
big heads.
big
and
armor.
arms.
The armor kind of comes up over their head like that. Yeah.
And they had some of the better, like, I felt, side characters in the Mass Effect story. Like
I love Rex.
Rex, Grunt.
I didn't like Grunt, but Rex.
Who was the one in Andromeda again?
Oh, there was an old guy. I can't remember his name.
I can't remember. But anyway.
But he has some good stories.
Are there female Krogans?
Yep.
And you can tell, actually, if you look at them, the
Their
male
heads are
Krogans
slightly-
have like the sharp skull plate kind of thing, and the females have have like a smooth one.
He's never played Mass Effect.
That's all right. Hey,
Don't blind
it's
you.
all right, but it's cool. It's a cool alien race. So glad I got to go before Lou.
Well, I'm gonna go with because I'm pretty sure he's gonna pick something from this series. I'm going individual alien species.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go from Halo, because the Covenant is a whole bunch of different species. I'm going to say specifically the Hunters. They're just big freaking brutes. And I finally found out, looking it up, that they're...
Similar to the Krogan?
Somewhat. I found out, looking it up, that like they're actually just a big suit of armor, and there's like a bunch of worms.
I'm gonna look them up.
A bunch of worms inside the armor?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I never knew that until I was like, I want to find out more about the Hunters, what it says about them, and I read
Look
that.
them up just so I can know what they look like right now.
They're kind of like a bigger species. I think they have like a sword type weapon that they attack you with. I think they have blast as well.
I know the ones you mean.
Yeah, and they have like a weak point in their guts.
Big
but
spikes. Yeah.
I think that's the point where the worms are. But yeah, I thought they are my favorite one from that series. I think Aliens in the Covenant from Halo.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But
you know what? I'm gonna go with kind of along the line. You guys are talking about like these big brooding dudes. I'll go with the game that we played, Destiny. All of us.
Don't say them. Don't pick them.
The Cabal.
Ah.
Okay, you know what?
I got a different one.
You can take a different Destiny guy.
Yeah.
I'll say the Cabal was probably my favorite of the Destiny aliens. Cause I like the big burly guys. They kind of reminded me of like the Fifth Element. Those guys that kind of walked really slowly at the armor.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they looked like. But their heads are like small, so they have like a small target if you want to go for their heads. But it's so satisfying when you hit their heads and they you see like a spray. It's not blood. It's like just a light or whatever comes from their heads.
yeah.
But like I haven't played Destiny in a while, but that was probably one of my most satisfying bad guys. And like even like the big Cabal dudes, like the boss fight guys. Those guys are pretty cool. Like they're like just armed to the teeth. They're so hard to take down. You have to like hide.
Yeah.
And fuck, that was probably my favorite. Is the Cabal.
Yeah,
them a lot,
they're easily
too.
my favorite. They had a good variety too. Like you'd have the big dudes walking around with the Gatling guns. You remember the one was it a raid or
There's
not
one
a raid?
tank, I remember.
It's not a raid, but it was you had to do those weekly missions
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah.
And there's the one where you got to the end of that, it's the dude who walks.
Yeah,
through
that was actually really fun.
Yeah.
That was really good. You had to have like 3 people.
You had to need sniper rifles for those ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, speaking of which, yeah. Anyways,
I guess your second pick.
my second pick is going to be from going to Halo. Is actually going to be the Flood. They're gross. They're creepy,
I didn't think of them, but I hate the
They
Flood
scared the shit
play
out of me.
against.
They scared the they were the creepy ones to play because all of a sudden you'd
Were they
turn
annoying?
a corner and they'd be flying at you.
Yeah.
The Flood
okay.
and varieties. You'd have the ones that would explode when they get close to you. And Flood were just a creepy monster, and they were interesting because when you played Halo, there was the Fallen, and I believe it's the Fallen, yeah. And you think they're the villains, and all of a sudden they're running away from something, and you find out it's the Flood. It was gross, scary kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since he went back to Halo, and after I went to it, I'm gonna go to Mass Effect. Since he went with that first,
Good.
I'm gonna actually pick the alien species that the Krogan were brought in to fight, the Arachne. They're like
What
bugs.
do they look like again?
They're like kind of like insect. Like they walked on all fours.
Sounds like it'd be arachnid the way you said it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah,
they would
yeah,
spit
yeah,
like
yeah,
acid.
yeah,
They
yeah,
also
yeah.
had psychic powers.
And the big monsters that you fight were usually looking like spiders.
Kind of, yeah.
Were all these guys you're talking about like in every Destiny game, or are they in a specific?
I didn't see the
Mass
Arachne.
Effect games.
I didn't see the Arachne and Andromeda, but they were in at least 2
I
and
wanna
3
say
of Mass
2.
Effect. I don't know if they're in the first
Yeah,
one.
Okay.
they're talked about in all of them.
Like Mass
it's-
Effect has so many different races of aliens.
Yeah,
in it,
it's
so,
like
yeah.
a Star Wars sort of universe,
Yeah,
right?
almost.
But like, the one thing that kind of bothers me about Mass Effect is that almost all the aliens that you interact with are basically bipedal humanoid type things. There's the L-Core.
The Elcor was one that I
Halo.
was going to bring up, but as an honorable mention.
Yeah.
They can't. I hate the side, but they're so fun to talk about. They speak their emotions,
Oh,
so
yeah,
they
Elcor,
can't express emotions. So when if they're sad about something, they'll say, "Sadly, that's too bad," or they have monotone voices,
Okay.
so they can't.
But
They sound depressing.
Yeah,
they do. They do sound. But
Yeah.
just the Arachne, like I like that they have all the, like I said, they spit acid. They have like claws. They
That's interesting. You went there.
they
I
have
didn't think you'd go
psychic
there.
powers. I just wanted something different. I mean, the closest of the main ones you get is maybe the Asari that they can meld with different people, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
That was Mass Effect again. Okay. No, I'm not commenting that way. I'll go with Resistance PS3.
damn it.
The Chimera, which which kind of encapsulates like the whole race of Chimera.
It is, yeah.
There's so many different versions of it. There's like the little scorpion dudes that will climb on walls. There's the dudes that are like in the water that'll like be like gators or crocodiles.
Yeah.
There's like the regular one that have the guns, which is like on the ground. Or there's like the big giant Leviathan. Like, there's so like
angels.
There's what the the Banshee or whatever, like the ones that are invisible.
Oh, the other chameleons, what they're called.
I can't figure out what they're called. They have like these big claws. Yeah. Like, there's just so many different races. It's hard to say that the Chimera is one race because there's so many variations of it.
Yeah, and I like their history in the game that we're not even sure exactly where they came from. They could have been from Earth, but they'll take you to like other parts of the galaxy.
Is it a different universe that they're from? Are they from a different planet? Are they actually from Earth, but maybe like a different timeline?
I never played the Resistance, so I don't know. I'll have to.
It's
I'll
pretty
wait
cool.
for Lewis to put up his graphic. And
It's disappointing that the series is over because
there was did the graphics.
Do it again.
It's disappointing that there's so many questions left unanswered, and that series.
They could totally expand on this series so much.
I don't know what it's sitting at.
I don't think
suspended.
Insomniac is probably they did 3 games. They're probably not interested. So if anybody else wants to take the reins, go right ahead because that's such an expansive world that they could easily do more games on.
This is one I wasn't sure you guys were gonna let me get away with because I don't know the exact race. Earthworm Jim. He was an alien.
His suit was
Earth.
He was technically from Earth because he's an earthworm. His suit was.
What about the goldfish?
Okay. Hate to tell you this, Craig.
They got goldfish on Earth.
I'll allow it, but it's Lewis's thing. But I would say just because his suit is, I think, from space. I think that's maybe alien.
Yeah, so the suit is alien.
You said Toe Jam and Earl, right?
I was gonna say Toe Jam and Earl.
That's what I heard too.
Okay. Toe Jam and Earl then, I guess.
Yeah. Earth.
I mean, they were going to be my honorable mention, but... Yeah, but, okay, how many earthworms do you know walking around in a suit with a gun and they're...
There was the suit that gave him the power.
Suit then.
Okay, well, isn't that an alien suit?
It was an alien suit. I think, anyways. Whatever.
Let's go with Toe Jam and Earl then.
But they're different. What?
My favorite was Toe Jam.
Mine was Earl.
Oh.
I honestly don't even know. I've never actually played their games.
Oh, really?
Toe Jam is like the spindly red one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't even really know the story too much. I just remember thinking, I remember playing when I was
Sega Genesis?
It's Sega Genesis.
It's so weird. I don't even know what's going on.
But it was part of the first game on Sega I actually remember playing.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Just side scroller, move around.
And they're actually alien. Both these guys
They are both aliens, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to confirm. I was just Lewis.
In the second one, they come to Earth and they like deal with humans.
Yeah.
But.
Okay.
So that's my 3 and 4.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with one that I don't think you guys have played. From XCOM, I'm gonna say the Mutons. The Mutons are like the big kind of beefy guys. They're probably equivalent to the Krogan. Okay. They're just like big beefy brutes of guys.
Okay.
And XCOM is really interesting because you can like capture your enemies, and then when you learn more about them, you learn how to take them down better, and maybe you can learn if they have certain weapons, you can get those weapons. So,
is there a story to XCOM?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I haven't played them all, but I'm playing through like XCOM Enemy Unknown.
Is the game like all turn-based strategy though?
Depending which one you get, because most of the core series, I played XCOM the Bureau, the Classified all the way through.
Okay.
And that one's just like a first or third-person shooter type thing.
Okay.
But yeah, like the Mutons, big fucking like Krogan-like dudes. I like them too. Since you guys aren't gonna say anything, I was gonna say my other pick I was gonna say from them was the Thin Man, but
that was the next one on the list. Okay.
But he's a man, and men are from Earth.
Or a man from Mars.
Oh, someone, come on. That shirt's getting too much.
It's kind of the circulation in my head. It's too tight.
Men are from Mars.
Okay, I'll go with the Oddworld series. I was going to say Abe, but you know what? I think the cooler one is Stranger, which his class or his race is called the Steef, I guess. That's what they call it. Which is really cool about the game is that it's kind of like you're playing this guy who's kind of like Clint Eastwood in like Man with No Name kind of.
Like in the trilogy,
it's a western, but it's set on a different planet with all these different alien creatures.
Okay.
And so, what's cool is that you're a bounty hunter and you're collecting all these bounties, and it turns out that there's actually like a really big reward bounty for you. but you don't. I mean, you're hiding your race because you're kind of like a unicorn. You're like really rare. You're maybe like the last one. You're like the last one in your.
Spoilers.
Oh
Yeah, it is spoiler. Halfway through the game, you find out that you're like one of the last ones of your race, and so then you become one of the hunted halfway through the game, and it's kind of cool because it changed up some of the gameplay mechanics at that point too. Like, what he's been trying to do is earn money so he can have surgery to change the way he looks, like because he has like 4 legs and like 2 arms.
Okay.
He was trying to have surgery so he'd only have like, the 2 legs, and like the whole game, the first half of the game, you're only playing with like what you think is 2 legs. He's wearing like these big pants, and then later on you find out who he is, and he actually has like these extra legs, and then so they change the gameplay up, and you're like running on like all 4s later on in the game, which is kind of cool because you never did that earlier on. So this is a really cool game. Stranger, Oddworld series. If you haven't played it, play it. I want a sequel.
I don't want to play it now. I know what's happening.
It's really cool.
So your 4th pick?
I'm actually going back to Destiny, but I'm not going villain. The Awoken were one of my favorite races in Destiny. They kind of remind me.
Humanistic.
Yeah, they're not from Earth. Okay.
No, they're blue.
Yeah,
Bluish,
they're like the
greenish.
elves almost of the Destiny.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
trying to think who they were.
they were. Yeah,
They're one of the selectable
They're
races.
selectable
Yeah,
races.
yeah.
And it's almost like they were kind of like the Destiny's version of the elves, if you will, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'd say so, sort of.
But I love the look of them with the bluish gray skin.
Well, we both made our first character. We both did the same
They
thing.
look too emo for my taste.
Depends on how you make them look. You can give them long hair, you can give them short hair.
Yeah. So, anyways, there were lots of cool alien races in there, but I always liked the Awoken as far as playable.
Playable, yeah. There was that, or there was like the robot.
The Exos.
The
I love the
yeah.
Exos.
Yeah.
Exos were cool.
So for my 4th pick, I'm going to go with something that maybe a lot of people overlooked, but really well known. From Metroid, Ridley.
Oh yeah.
He's actually in the new Smash Bros. Now that
Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that game.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be
So-
awesome.
But yeah, he's like, I don't know, he's kind of like a...
It's like a big pterodactyl sort of alien.
You almost look like he's an undead pterodactyl. Like he always seems like bony and sharp and spiky.
I think they had to make him a little bit smaller
What game is
for
this?
Smash Bros.
Metroid.
Oh,
I think in the actual Metroid games he's a lot bigger.
usually.
So they had to kind of like shrink him down a little bit, which makes sense. You're not going to have him be this huge 20-foot fucking monster.
But he flies around like a pterodactyl. He blows fire like pterodactyl.
So I'm just wondering, like, I don't know if you know more about than me, but like, is he in every Metroid game? Or
I
is
don't
he?
think I've ever
I don't think
played a Metroid
everyone,
game,
but I haven't
He is
played
the
them all.
main antagonist, main villain.
I wouldn't say main antagonist.
No?
Well, I don't know.
Oh,
I haven't played enough of them to say that for sure.
I got one. I'm good.
But,
I'm golden. Fuck
uh,
you, throwing Jim, throwing him out the window.
but yeah, and like throughout, like he's killed. I think he's the guy responsible for killing Samus's parents, or at least he's got some history with Samus.
Okay.
I'll say that much at least. I haven't played all the games, so I could be completely wrong on that.
So he might not be the main bad guy, but he's probably her biggest nemesis.
Yes, he
her.
might not be the main bad guy in the game, but definitely, yeah, one of the bigger nemesis.
Okay.
Nemesi.
Because I've always known about him. I didn't really know his name until this year when people were.
Really?
I heard some predictions that he was going to be. I never played a Metroid game.
Well, I
never played it either.
Yeah,
so
I
I feel like I would have
knew-
liked him.
I
but
knew about the
just never
big purple
did.
pterodactyl looking dude, but I didn't know what his name was or anything. But I'm assuming you're done.
I'm done.
Okay, I'll do my 4th. Ratchet and Clank, another Insomniac series. They've been since the PS2 games. I'll say Ratchet. He's the main character you play as, and I kind of was similar to the Steve Stranger from the last game I talked about. He's of a dying breed.
Yeah.
He's like his race has been wiped out, and it's him. And there was like one other one in another game, and he's trying to like turn back time to like save his race, and Ratchet's like, no,
fuck him, I hate them.
you can't do that. You're gonna alter the whole time continuum, right? Space time continuum, and you can't do that shit. So yeah, he's kind of all on his own in the world of his race. Anyways, he's got Clank as his best buddy.
Yeah.
But those are great games. They're
What happened to his mom?
I don't know what happened to their whole family. They don't have a whole backstory of his whole lineage. You start when he's like a teenager in the first game, and
How rare are they?
they're rare, very rare.
Like he's
What?
literally like the only one, or like
He was, yes.
Huh?
It was him and then one other guy.
Yeah.
He met in another game.
I just thought maybe there's like just like 5 of them living on a planet or something.
No. As far as I remember, I haven't seen any other Lombax. This is what the race is called, Lombax. But I don't think there's any more around unless there's hiding somewhere on another planet. But no, as far as I remember from my games, he's the only one.
All right, MussKeg, final pick.
Okay, I might be screwing myself again. Might be going Earthworm Jim on this one, but if I remember from the game itself, there was no "they came from Earth" part to the story. So, Battletoads.
I believe they were aliens.
I believe
I think it might have been.
I think there was a cartoon TV show that had them turn from humans.
Okay, maybe.
But everything I could find on actual Battletoads, because they're like going to planets and they're rescuing princesses, and they got that chicken dude.
I know.
Dropping them off.
I'm thinking like the Biker Mouse from Mars.
Biker Mice from Mars, yeah.
But that's a show. That's not a game.
Yeah.
But
Anyways,
Battletoads, I think it might be alien.
I mean,
you're right.
and as we saw at E3 this year,
They're having a new game.
Coming with a new game for a system I don't own, so that's great.
Yeah.
But everybody had their favorite. I always liked Pimple, actually, the big one. There was Rash was the one with the sunglasses, then Zit as well. But Pimple was always my favorite.
I liked the big one. I couldn't tell you all their names, but I liked the big one.
I don't know their name. I played it maybe a couple times.
Very
in my
challenging game. Oof.
Yeah, I remember it being hard.
But no, a cool story. It was cool. It was a cool theme to that game, and yeah, Battletoads.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it was cool as a kid. You want to see more like Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? You want to see something like that.
Well, that's what they were, right?
Street Sharks. Street Sharks,
exactly.
Yeah.
Total.
Cowboys Moo Mesa.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah!
That's what all these were. This whole rip-offs of Ninja Turtles, but fuck, I ate them up. I was a kid. I loved it.
Loved every single one. I think what happened with these games, you always had a favorite one too. Like even with the cartoons, Cowboys Moo Mesa.
I think I would have
Like
back
Dakota
then
was my favorite.
the one with the sunglasses is the one I would have liked
Rash.
from
Rash,
Battletoads. Yeah.
So my final pick, I'm gonna go with a game that I played very little of, but I've seen it a lot. I have a buddy who's real big into it. From StarCraft, I'm gonna go with the Zerg. The Zerg, they just like overrun. Like they made like a whole new term in gaming called Zerging or Zerg Rush.
Isn't Zerg like Buzz Lightyear's dad?
Emperor Zerg. That's a
Evil
name.
Emperor Zerg. Yeah.
That's a name.
Okay,
like
different.
all your guys' games are from like PlayStation games. I never played or
StarCraft's not.
No, I know StarCraft isn't, but I was just thinking
Mass
like,
Effect. Like,
yours. Is,
Okay, him.
okay, mine are because that's what I've
So
had. That's what
yeah.
I've owned my whole life.
I know. It's just I
Yeah.
don't know them. So.
But
Anyways,
yeah,
StarCraft,
the Zerg. I don't know exactly. They just take DNA, blend it, kind of like the new aliens in Andromeda.
Yeah. Okay.
That they kind of build it into like their
Spoiler.
new races, but
I'll have to play the game.
they're just really powerful.
Our audience may want to though.
they take things over so fast, and
They're almost like an
I-
infection.
You know what we
Yeah,
should have done?
like
Let's cut the
the
sleeves off as his stuff too.
I was thinking of it.
Should have done
I was
that.
thinking of attaching the sleeves, but yeah, they're kind of like almost like necro in a way that they kill things and take them over their DNA. But yeah, very awesome, and Kerrigan's pretty cool too.
Cool. I'm gonna.
Just off strong, John.
This one is
PlayStation.
you guys consider this one isn't a PlayStation exclusive.
Okay.
It's actually an old PC game, which has been redone. It has been newer versions of it on the newer systems. You can call it a cheat if you want because it's on Mars, but the Doom, there's the demons in Doom. Specifically, I'll choose one specifically. They're like the big pink fucking dude. I remember when I was playing, he kind of walks around.
Okay, yeah.
He's like big, brooding, like he has like horns.
I can't think of what name. I know what you're talking
I think
about.
they just call him Pinky or the Demon or something like that. I forget. I tried looking it up, but I remember when I played the Doom back in like when I was new on the PC. I was probably like 10. I probably shouldn't have been playing the game, but it's very mature.
Pissed his pants.
But oh no, the first time I ran into one of those, it scared the shit out of me. I actually like jumped back from the screen.
Yeah,
It was-
they were. Yeah, but those old PC games were like that kind of thing because you turn around the corner and somebody would come flying at you, right?
A door opens up
Wolfenstein, a Nazi came running at me and it scared the crap out of me.
Oh, absolutely. But that's like your first person games. Like, there was Wolfenstein and your Doom, right? And so like I really loved playing Doom. All the monsters or aliens or demons, whatever you want to call them, and they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking forward to maybe buying the newer Dooms because It looks fun. I hear lots of good reviews for them. I want to play them, and it seems like they bring a lot of the old monsters back. So I'm really hoping to play the new ones too.
So I think that's 5 from all of us.
Yeah, it's all 5. Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw. If you have any honorable mentions, you guys are welcome to it as well. I didn't want to put it up there because you guys both picked one from Destiny, but like both the wizards and the knights from the Hive species, those things are so fucking hard to fight.
Yeah.
What do the knights look like again? I remember the wizards. The knights were
kind of big, like they have a carapace skin and they have like a big fucking sword and they kind of lumbered slowly.
Right.
Yeah, they're not like as huge as like the Cabal big bosses, but they're taller. They're probably about twice the size of you.
Yeah.
I just remember like there was one fight that we'd play where there was like 2 wizards and like maybe like 2 knights, and we're just like running around because they were like super fucking hard.
The wizards were annoying, I found.
I think they could teleport too.
I have one honorable mention just because it was probably the very first game that had aliens in it. It was Space Invaders. Oh. I was going to throw that out there. It was just you move left, you move right, you shoot up, they move left, they move right, they come down. Simple gameplay, but it's a game that stood the test of time.
I thought one of you guys would have said Metroid since I brought up Metroid.
I was only going to play games that I've personally played. That's what I was trying to say.
I mean, honestly, all my memorable mentions would have just been Mass Effect because I think it's got the best variety of alien species in there. Like the Elcor we mentioned. What were those dudes that looked like? They looked like gremlins almost. The vampires in Mass Effect. You know what I mean? They had the sharp fangs. Anyways. We'll figure it out, and Lou will put it in here right now. Well, maybe he will. But that's my big thing. The Hanar and everything like that. Yeah. There was a lot of really interesting races.
The Drell.
The Drell. Even in the new ones, the ones that you talked about that took the Angara.
Oh, I don't like the Angara.
I didn't like the Angara, but the ones that took.
Oh, the cat.
The cat, yeah. They're kind of interesting. So, anyways.
Cool.
So, if you want to find us all, you can find MussKeg at
Twitch, Twitter, PSN, MussKeg.
You can find me on Twitch as the LewisLightning, and you can find CountryBoy.
CountryBoy_9. Get it right. On Twitch, Twitter, and PSN.
And Wasted Opinions.
Just this part. The first part I just say.
Our new Wasted Opinions on Twitch.
Yeah,
we're on Twitch. Yeah. Watch our games.
Twitch. I'm trying to get on there more often.
What games do you guys want to see us play?
Yeah, let us know.
And subscribe below, please.
She'll like us, subscribe. That's what they like us and they subscribe and all that stuff.
Bleep, blop, blorp.
Yeah, that's perfect for aliens.
Yeah, live long and prosper.